Good afternoon. I'll give a quick update. We had the chance to visit with county judges all across the state. We had 18 counties that were impacted by the storms that came through in the last week. Significant damage to our state, large amount of devastation, and had a chance to visit, get updates from each of the individual counties, and also address some of the questions and concerns they have. Thankful that last night the federal government approved the major disaster declaration, which will allow us to have a significant increase in resources and offer additional assistance to communities around the state that have been impacted by the storms. Incredibly thankful for the work that our local emergency managers, our county judges, our law enforcement, our first responders continue to just show up and exceed every expectation that we have in order to really help people across Arkansas. We have a little over 200 National Guardsmen that have been deployed to the hardest hit areas that are assisting in infrastructure and traffic flow, as well as water and security areas. And so I'll let General Henderson give a little bit more update. Most importantly, we had the chance to again hear directly from our county judges on the ground, get an update from them, address specific needs and requests that they have. It is certainly not lost on us how devastating of a storm this was to our entire state. And this is something that is going to take us a long time to recover and rebuild. But the state is fully committed to making sure that we take care of the people of Arkansas. We're going to keep doing that every step of the way until we get people fully taken care of. I want to commend our team at ADEM, led by Director Gary. They've done just a tremendous job, as have our National Guardsmen and women and our state police and law enforcement across the state, who have really done just heroes work over the course of the last week. And I know a lot will be asked of them in the coming days and months, and we're grateful for their willingness to serve and take care of our communities. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Director Gary and then General Henderson, and we'll come back up and take some questions. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Governor. First of all, I want to say I appreciate the governor and the time that she spent. I know the night of the storm, the early morning hours, I was getting calls. I was sending that information to the governor's office to make sure that she had all the information that she could. I want to thank the ADEM team. They actually, some of them came in from vacation, came back a day early to make sure that they were here assisting the counties. Got the call last night that our major declaration request was approved. This is going to be great for our citizens. It'll turn on a lot of federal programs that can help the individual homeowners. A lot of times we have disasters like this, there's questions about why only 3 counties or why we did certain things and not all the counties. As we're doing damage assessments, especially on homes, there's certain thresholds, there are certain data points that we have to meet to request a federal declaration. We want to move as quickly as we can. As my team was flying with FEMA over the damage area, it was evident pretty quickly that we had enough information to request that federal declaration. Once we got that data, we immediately got with the governor. The governor did a letter making that request to the president. We are continuing to do damage assessments at homes in our counties. We were in Baxter County yesterday, and we're in Carroll County and Fulton County today, and possibly Madison County. As we get that data and it meets those landmarks, we will be adding those counties to this declaration. So if you're in one of those counties that's not on there, you will be if you have that damage in your county. So we'll be adding those on. We have a lot of work ahead of us, just like we did in the March 31st storms of last year. But we have a great team here at ADEM. They're very passionate about what they do. We are working very close with FEMA. They're a great partner. The FEMA administrator was up here yesterday viewing the damage, had some great conversations with her. Our Region 6 administrator was also up here, and I was on the phone with him last night. So our citizens will be seeing a large FEMA response here very quickly. With that, Governor, I'll end and turn it over to the General.
Good afternoon, and thank you, The guardsmen are on the ground there in the affected area. We have a little over 200 soldiers that are there, and we're operating primarily dispatch out of the Bentonville Readiness Center, and our command and control teams are there dispatching them throughout the affected area wherever they may be needed by the local authorities. Our missions are primarily to provide the traffic control and security. We also have some additional capabilities that we can use to take care of our people and distribute water throughout the affected area. We have 6 requests for assistance that were approved at this point in time, and we continue to be there to help assess the situation and assist the local authority with whatever they may need. And with that, I'll open up for questions.
You guys have any questions?
Yes, is there an updated number of fatalities?
As of right now, we have 10 fatalities confirmed in the state that were either directly or related to the storms that came through Arkansas.
And is there an estimated number of how many buildings were damaged?
We're still going through the assessment process, and that's going to take a bit more time. But AJ, if you want to give a quick update on where we are at this point.
Sure. The aerial surveillance that our team did was very helpful. We counted a little over 300 destroyed homes. It will be a while before we can get a full number because we're also following that up with house-to-house, address-to-address checks, and we are also gathering information on businesses and critical infrastructure. We will start preliminary damage assessments on public assistance, which is our infrastructure, county, city buildings. We are starting that next week. So we'll have some data flowing in throughout the next couple of weeks.
I know the Weather Service has confirmed at least 13 tornadoes so far. Is there any way you can maybe, I know you're early in the assessment, is there any way you could contextualize the scope of this weather event compared to what Central Arkansas and the Wynn area experienced early last year?
So I don't want to compare disasters to other disasters because they are different no matter where they're at. 300 homes destroyed is quite a bit. There is some populated areas that were hit this weather event, and we had a lot of rural area that was hit. So I'm not going to compare one disaster to the other. I will tell you that this is a significant disaster, which is what led to such a quick turnaround on the major declaration.
Any estimate on the value in dollars of the damage that we've got?
Not at this point, especially not when it comes to homes, businesses, and infrastructure. It will be a little while before we get that total amount. We know that there's quite a few millions in co-op damage for utilities, and we know that there is well over 20 million just in one county alone on debris cleanup and so forth. So this will be a very significant and costly disaster.
Which county is that? 20 million?
Benton is the one that we've got somewhat assessed on the debris. So part of our request for that presidential declaration was to gather those numbers. So when we saw that large number for debris, I mean, that helps on our declaration process.
What resources are available specifically to rural communities where people may not be able to access the city centers, for example?
Sure. So the best way that we can know about those resource needs is to go through the county emergency manager. They work directly with us. We also have a lot of volunteer organizations that are on the ground. The governor's website can help people find those resources. Over the next few days, there will be a lot of FEMA activity. We will be setting up disaster recovery centers, resource centers in different areas, so that will have an opportunity for citizens to even get more information.
If I could, that website is helparkansas.com, and that has a county by county breakdown of both resources available, but it also allows people who want to offer assistance an avenue to do so. So that will we're constantly updating that, and will allow people to see all of the things that are available right there in their community.
Have we heard of any issues with insurers? Have y'all been notified by any of the people that had damage to the businesses or homes, if there's been any issues so far, or is it too soon to tell?
Yeah, we have not heard of any issues. We will take all of that information into, we'll take a look at all of that information as we go through the process. You know, I will say, and we talk about this quite a bit through preparedness and after a disaster, the best way that people can come home from an event like this is to have insurance and if they have not updated their insurance lately, we really encourage them to do that. We all know that housing costs have gone up, building costs have gone up. So we really encourage people every so many years to evaluate their insurance and make sure that their insurance is up to date with the value of their homes.
Thank you all so much. Appreciate it. Thank you guys.